Hello and welcome to Chill English, the podcast for learners who want to speak English with more confidence and joy. I'm Quinn, and I'm here to help you speak English more naturally, step by step, day by day. I will be speaking slowly and clearly, so you can follow along and repeat after me. In today's episode, we're going to talk about something that seems very simple, but has the power to change the way you learn English. Practicing every day. Many people think that to get good at English, you need to live in England or America, have native friends to talk to every day, or study for hours with books. But the truth is, that's not the case. You can be living anywhere, whether in a small town or a big city, and you can still improve your English bit by bit as long as you know the right way and keep a steady habit. You don't need to set foot in London to make progress. You don't need to be around a native speaker 24/7. And you definitely don't need to force yourself to study for 3 hours every evening in exhaustion. What you really need are small, manageable steps that you can repeat daily. It could be 5 minutes of listening to English music on your way to work, 10 minutes of a podcast before bed, or simply repeating a sentence you hear on YouTube. These small steps, when repeated often, will take you further than you imagine. Think of it like taking care of a plant. You can't force it to grow in a single day. But if you water it a little every day and let it receive sunlight, over time it will grow tall and green. One of the most effective methods I want to share with you today is shadowing. Maybe you've heard of this idea before, maybe not. Shadowing means following the shadow. You listen to someone speaking English and then immediately repeat after them. It sounds simple, but it's a very powerful technique because it trains both your listening and speaking at the same time. For example, imagine you hear me say, "Today is a beautiful day." Right after that, you repeat, "Today is a beautiful day." You can slow it down if you need to. That's completely fine. When you repeat, you're training your ears to get used to the natural sounds of English. You're teaching your mouth to move in the way a native speaker's mouth moves, and your brain is also remembering the rhythm and structure of the sentence. You can start with short, very simple sentences. For example, "My name is Anna, I am from Spain." Or, "I like coffee." Then as you get more comfortable, you can try longer sentences like, "I enjoy listening to English podcasts because they help me improve my pronunciation." At first, of course, you'll stumble, miss a few words, and make mistakes. But don't worry. The important thing is not to be perfect right away, but to build the habit. The more you repeat, the easier it becomes. Try to apply shadowing in your daily life. While cooking, you can play a short English dialogue and repeat after it. While walking, listen to a short podcast and mimic each sentence. You can even stand in front of a mirror, listen to a clip, and repeat it. That way you practice pronunciation while also watching your mouth movements. This will make you more confident when speaking with others. At first, you may notice your pronunciation isn't perfect, or your speed is still slow. That's completely normal. Remember, even a child learning to speak has to babble and make hundreds of mistakes before speaking fluently. It's the same for you. Mistakes don't mean failure. On the contrary, they are signs that you're making progress. And here's another important point. You don't need to spend a lot of time. Just 5 to 10 minutes of shadowing every day can make a huge difference. Even one sentence a day is better than doing nothing. For example, today you might record yourself saying, "Hello, my name is Quinn. I live in Turkey. I am learning English because I want to study abroad. Next week, record the same sentence again and compare. You'll notice your voice sounds more natural, your pronunciation clearer, and your confidence stronger. That's progress. Shadowing doesn't just improve listening and speaking skills, it also builds confidence. Once you get used to natural rhythm and intonation, you'll feel much more comfortable speaking English. You can even try copying different accents, like American or British, which makes you more flexible in communication. Treat every practice session as a small victory. When you understand a sentence you didn't understand before, that's a victory. When you can repeat a passage without looking at the subtitles, that's a victory. When you dare to open your mouth and speak, even just a few words, that too is a victory. And these small victories, when they accumulate, will turn you into a more confident and fluent English speaker. Tip 1. Write a short English journal. You don't need to write much. Just 2 or 3 sentences each day about what happened, how you felt, or your plan for tomorrow. For example, today was busy, but I finished my work. I feel happy because I talked with a friend. Tomorrow I want to wake up early. Keep it short. Grammar doesn't need to be perfect. The important thing is to practice thinking and expressing yourself in English, like having a conversation with yourself on paper. Tip 2. Record your own voice. This is a very powerful habit. Open your phone, pick a simple topic, and speak for 1 or 2 minutes. For example, my favorite food, what I did yesterday, or my dream for the future. Then listen to the recording. You'll notice which words sound stiff or which sentences aren't fluent. Each week, listen again and compare with before. You'll hear clear progress. Tip 3. Create a simulated English environment. If you don't live in an English-speaking country, create the environment yourself. Set your phone and computer to English. When cooking, read recipes in English. When playing games, choose the English interface. When making notes in your calendar, write in English. These little things expose you to English constantly without sitting at a desk to study. Tip 4. Learn through real interaction, not just textbooks. You can join an online study group, chat with friends in English, or participate in forums. You can even leave comments in English on YouTube or TikTok. For example, instead of just liking a video, write, "I really enjoyed this video, thank you." Writing publicly helps you practice real communication skills and gradually lose the fear of making mistakes. Tip 5. Combine English with your personal interests. If you like football, read football news in English. If you enjoy cooking, watch recipes in English. If you love movies, watch them with English subtitles. When you connect English learning with what you already enjoy, it feels much lighter. Instead of saying, "I have to study English," it becomes, "I'm enjoying my hobby, and English comes along with me." The most important thing here is not to study a lot in one day, but to do it consistently. 5 to 10 minutes every day is much better than 2 hours only once a week. Learning English is like taking care of a plant. You don't need to pour a whole bucket of water at once. Just a little every day, and the plant will grow strong. Here are some simple ways you can start right now. Change your phone's language to English. Every time you unlock it, you'll accidentally pick up new words. Because you constantly see familiar English words and phrases repeated every day, your brain will naturally remember them without rote memorization. This is a very effective form of passive learning, turning your daily phone use into a natural English lesson. Write a short daily journal. Just 2 or 3 simple sentences, for example. Today I felt happy because I met my friend. You don't need to write beautifully only regularly. After a few months, you'll notice your thoughts flow more naturally in English. Record a short clip about your day, just about 1 minute. For example, I woke up late today, but I still had a good breakfast. Listening back will help you notice pronunciation mistakes or unnatural phrases so you can improve. 3. Join an online English learning group. You can text, send voice messages, or ask questions. The fun part is, you'll pick up everyday expressions that books don't teach. For example, native speakers often say, "sounds good," instead of, "it is good." Watch short videos and repeat sentences. Choose TikTok or YouTube clips about 30 seconds to 1 minute long. Listen carefully, then repeat with the same intonation. This trains your reflexes and helps you sound more natural. You can also expand further with these ideas. Set mini goals for the day. For example, today I will use 3 new words in conversation, or I'll write 1 comment in English on Facebook. Small goals give you a sense of achievement and keep you motivated. Use Post-its around your home. Stick English words on objects: mirror, door, fridge, lamp. Every time you walk past, you'll remember vocabulary without formal study. Talk to yourself. It may sound funny, but it's very effective. For example, while cooking, you can say, "Now I'm cutting the onion. Then I will fry it." The more you practice, the more naturally English comes out. Make English a reward. If you love movies or music, only allow yourself to watch or listen in English. That way, English isn't a duty, but the key to enjoying what you love. Blend English with your hobbies. If you like football, follow football news in English. If you love cooking, look up recipes in English. This way, you're doing what you love while learning the language naturally. These small actions gradually turn English into part of your daily life. Instead of seeing it as homework, you'll feel it's like breathing, present in your phone, your journal, your thoughts, conversations, and even your joys. Once English becomes a habit, it won't feel heavy anymore, and progress will come faster than you expect. Thank you for joining me, Quinn, on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe to Chill English, so together we can make English a natural and joyful part of our everyday lives. See you in the next episode.